this is Karen Kingsbury again, and I'm here with my friends at Guidepost Magazine, and I'm also here with my daughter Kelsey and my son-in-law Kyle. Now, I told you before about the Rod Stewart story and how my dad's favorite song for all of us was the song, Have I Told You Lately That I Love You? And we would hear it all the time when he was alive, and he would just give us a wink and smile at us. But after he passed away in 2007, we heard the song at crazy times. I mean, you were in a play and starring in this musical with our son Tyler, and we come out of the car after the play is over, and the whole day has kind of finished up finally, and we're in the car, we turn on the engine, and we don't get to the edge of the parking lot, and the song, Have I Told You Lately That I Love You, comes on. And it happened again the first day of filming on the movie set for Like Dandelion Dust, which was crazy. And again, we took a trip to the Bahamas, step out on the deck, and the Bahamian band playing music that's been Caribbean music for 10 years down below on the deck, switches it up
to Have I Told You Lately That I Love You. It's so true.
It was crazy. So that kind of takes us to this New York trip that we took a little while back, and we were talking about my book, The Chance, with our friends at Simon & Schuster. And it was just a big day. It was one of those days where I knew that, Papa would have been just so proud, and I just wanted to call him. I wanted to pick up the phone and just let him know how things were going. So I step out on Avenue of Americas, and Kelsey and Kyle pull up in a cab, and I get in, and I say, wow, that was a great meeting. I wish I could have called my dad. I wish Papa could know just how things are going with the books. And so we were kind of looking for something to do, and the friends at Simon & Schuster had suggested Highline Park, which is sort of a locals-only kind of thing and in the meatpacking district of New York City. So they were excited about it, Kelsey and Kyle, and they're like, let's go do it. So
we were sort of in the, free spirit, mode, and earlier I was so crazy with you, with everything, and we were just so excited, and I know I was missing Papa, and you were really missing him too. So we just thought, okay, let's just go for a walk. So we went up to Highline, and I think Kyle, lost his wallet or something.
I totally lost my wallet in the cab. Forgot the wallet.
Yeah.
So we had a little detour before Highline.
Yes.
Then we got there about 20 minutes later, once the wallet was
we're kind of frazzled a
officially
little
lost.
bit.
We get up there, it's beautiful. I mean, the Hudson River and the beautiful landscape up on Highline, and we
So
start
pretty.
taking pictures like tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, okay, babe, we need to take one of us, and then we took one, and then we were all just really taking it in. It was so beautiful.
And I was like, let's get all three of us, so the selfie picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that.
So stretching like this, and then a man comes up and has to take it for us instead.
Yeah.
This man is walking with this woman, and he says, I'll get your picture for you. And I think you went and showed him how to use the camera.
Yeah, so we all stopped, because that was really nice, someone approaching you, hey, I'll take the picture for you.
It doesn't always happen in New York City.
Yeah, so then I walked over to him, and he said, okay, well, this is interesting. I'm usually on the other side of that thing, but this will be fun. So we all got together, and then I kind of puzzled, okay, and then we all come and we smile. He takes a picture. He says, that was so lovely, and he hands it over to Mom, and he gives you back the camera.
He's got spiky hair, hipster glasses.
Yeah, he looked
skinny
very
jeans.
cool. Yeah. So then he hands you the camera, and I go, Mom, that was Rod Stewart. And she's like, Kels, no. I'm like, I promise you, that was Rod Stewart.
And she tells me about how he had said, I'm usually on the other side of that camera.
Yeah. And then I'm like, you need to go chase after him and go find him. Don't be crazy and a stalker, but that was totally him. So then you left. And
She booked it pretty quickly after him. Me and Kelsey held back a little bit, so there wasn't a mob running toward him. But Karen, she booked it there.
Yeah, I didn't want to look insane, but I was going to catch up to him.
Kind of on a mission of, wait, what just happened?
Yeah,
so
I'm
then you walked
sir,
up to him. Yeah.
sir, they're the one that took our picture. And he stops and turns around and he says, yes, it was lovely. And I said, can I ask you a question? And I catch up to him, and we're face to face. He had kind of put his hand on my hand, and he looked me right in the eyes. And he said, yes, go ahead. And I said, are you Rod Stewart? And he just looked straight into my heart, and he said, yes, I am. He said, I'm in town with my new book release. His autobiography had come out that very day. And I didn't know that, of course. And so I said, can I tell you about my dad? And Kelsey and Kyle kind of hung back, and Rod and I were talking just face to face, told him about my dad and about how I told you lately that I love you is actually even engraved on my dad's tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
And Rod just got tears in his eyes, and he said, "Can I give you a hug?" And so he gives me a hug, and then he put his hands together, just sort of a, almost like a praying kind of a way, and looked up to heaven. And he said, "You'll never know how much that meant to me." And then, he went on his way, and it wasn't about getting a picture with him, or it wasn't a fan thing. And, I mentioned that I was also an author, but that wasn't what it was about. It was just God was using that moment to speak to us. So I turned around, I look at you.
We're like,
And I'm like, half an hour ago you just said you wish you could call your dad. And then you just bumped into Rod Stewart. I'm like, it's crazy what God can do.